It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello out there and welcome everybody to 2K Sports. The location has changed for Game 3 of these conference finals, but the teams are the same, which would make sense in a series, including our team. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Houston Rockets. Looking at Houston, a disappointing overtime loss in Game 2, but they can't revisit the past. Their focus is squarely on the game at hand. Well, after losing the first two games on the road, the alarm bells starting to sound. Would you agree, Kenny, that this is a crucial game for them if they're going to battle back in the series?
Yeah, some guys play much better at home than they do on the road. So they need some home cooking tonight, and this crowd has got to give them a big burst of adrenaline.
You know, if you listen to everybody else, especially the so-called experts, they think it's over. But they're not out of it yet, Ernie. Yes, they're up against the ropes, but it's only one thing to do, Kenny. Come out swinging, knockout blow. Tonight is a game they got to win at all costs.
Very, I would say that sounds like you guys have been there and done that when you discuss being in this situation in a series.
You know what? I just used to hate some of my teammates that only play well at home. You know, some of them need to wear their practice home jersey under their away jersey so we can get some wins on the road.
Well, I'm actually 1-5 with being down 0-2. I've been swept 6 times in my career.
Congratulations to you.
The last time in Dallas in the finals, we were down 0-2 and we came back to win the finals. So
Houston did it in the finals. Oh, that was us.
Well, so what are you saying? You just give up when you're down 0-2?
No, I didn't give up.
Okay, good. Whatever.
In the words of jocks across America, I got mine.
Time for tip-off as we send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And I heard you talking about the finals, Kenny.
The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 40, LeBron James. The head coach of your home team. Let's hear it for your Houston Rockets.
We've got a full house of rabid Rocket fans packed into the arena here in Houston, Texas. Western Conference Finals action here on 2K Sports. We've seen this series go to 2-0. Now a critical juncture for determining where this series is going. Welcome everyone to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. You look at Houston. They need the boost here from the hometown fans, trailing 2-0. It is critical for them to start to edge back into this series.
And an opportunity here to change the momentum of this series. The odds are stacked against them after losing those first two on the road. But now in their building, their fans, it's their chance to get back into it.
Simply do or die time. I mean, they can't be discouraged by the two losses. There's still plenty of time left in this series. The most important game is the current game. The crowd isn't discouraged, and we can feel that. Just listen to them. They're going at it in here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Pippen, Joel Embiid out there with Ibaka. Then it's Williams, and it's Anderson in at the 2. The shot by Williams, no good.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Love with the buckets.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And here are the Rockets now. 11 feet away, and that one goes long.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Pippen off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
One 11 left in the first quarter. And the Spurs pushing it up now. It's rebounded by Houston. They lost their last game on Tuesday.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Now here's Love. Back to James. Shot clock at 6. Towns, no luck. For San Antonio, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Anderson passes to Embiid. Takes it off the glass.
And you know what? He might have a few extra jitters here in this game beyond the fact that we're in the postseason, though. Remember now, he's playing in front of everyone that he grew up with. And sometimes that can be even more nerve-wracking than playing in front of a nationally televised audience. So it's something he's going to have to deal with here tonight.
And he gets the bucket.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this game 3. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
You can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right.
Scores on time and on target with your passes. It makes scoring the ball easy for them.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Teague out there with Smith. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Ross in at the 3, the small forward. They set the pick. There's the dish to Scott. He kicks it to Towns. Rondo against Teague. Paulie stop. And down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
Rondo with the nice dish.
Teague against Rondo. Towns with the steal. Here's Irving. Finished off the break.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And Gibson sends it back. Pass to Teague. In the corner, Smith with it. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and He's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Here's Irving, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Man, their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
And their field goal percentage shows that over 60 now. Tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Back to Rondo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Rondo's got his first basket of the night.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address. And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Scott kicks to Cauley Stein. 5 to shoot. Towns, no luck. San Antonio leading. To the inside. Jefferson dishes to Smith. Shoots. Wow, he nails the buzzer beater. And the first half comes.
And now, the 2K Sports halftime.
Well, for San Antonio.
Let's take them back.
Back here at the Western Conference Finals as we get things started once more. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
They've got Towns. LeBron James is out there with Kevin Love. And there's Bradley Beal. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Embiid, the pass to Pippen. He dishes it to Ibaka. To the middle, Embiid. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Embiid's got the lead up to 5 now for the Spurs. The millionaire. He started by Williams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only
layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Probably as free throw line.
Second half. Here's Ibaka, and it falls over the rim and in. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Now a timeout called by Houston. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. But they recover it. Back to Anderson. Now a 7-point Spurs lead.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Fires the 3, and the shot is good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Spurs leading by 4. Ibaka dishes to Pippen. A 15-footer. Beal pulls it in.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
That one goes. Count. 11 points for LeBron.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Williams inside the line. Good on the jump shot. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Beal can't get it to go.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you...
And the final period of play just about to start. Rockets trail by 7 on the court for San Antonio. Pippen is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Williams. And it's Anderson in at the shooting guard position. The drive by James. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Just forced the D to come out on him.
Spurs. Embiid with the screen on Rondo. Rondo with the ball. Anderson against LeBron. Good.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
So it's the Spurs now. Williams kicks to Embiid. Anderson dishes to Pippen. From 15 feet away, no good. James with some nice D. Gets trailed by 3. Rondo with it. Williams picks him up. James right side. The rebound by Anderson. And for the Spurs, their shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Here's Embiid. They get it back. Ibaka, the pass to Anderson. And Billy Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game for the Rockets. Towns comes in for Cauley-Stein. And Irving subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 3. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He said, guys, the whole season comes down to right now. The stakes are high, but we know what we have to do. Stay aggressive, stick together, and make shots. We can do this.
And thank you for that, Doris. A minute 20 left in the game. Another miss by Houston. Spurs leading by 5. Williams kicks to Ibaka to the paint. Pippen dishes to Embiid. The 11-footer. Another one falls for San Antonio. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're losing by 7. 1:05 left in the fourth. In the corner, it's James. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Williams passes to Ibaka. And another basket for San Antonio.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And Williams, here we go. Some solid defense there from Irving.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Again, maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 6. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Puts it up off the inbound. No luck. On offense, here are the Spurs. Embiid gets to Pippen. Embiid dishes to Williams. And he goes in for the dunk.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Nails the triple. Unloads. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Pippen.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
And so it's San Antonio with the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
His accuracy from the...
And
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
hello, NBA playoff fans. We're about to start Game 4 of the conference finals here on 2K Sports. Shaq's here. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, Game 3, a bitter loss. These home fans hoping they can rally back and provide something to cheer about this time around. And Kenny, a monster elimination game tonight. If you're the underdog and fighting for your playoff lives, what do you do to turn the tide in this series?
Oh, you got to play like there's no tomorrow, Ernie. Every 50-50 ball, those are those balls that are just rolling down the court. You got to get those. Every second chance opportunity will win. So, you know, those small battles win the big war.
You know, it takes only one big win to get that momentum back on your side. That happened for me and D-Wade back in 06 when we were down against Dirk. And the Mavericks 02 came back and won.
And that is it for us.
Can you dig it?
As we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Here on 2K Sports, one team with its back against the wall, the other with a chance for a spot in the finals. Can it go to a Game 5? We'll have to see. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the Houston Rockets. You look at the Rockets, they're facing elimination, and the fans in this building know that this could be their last game of the year without a tremendous effort.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Things are looking bleak right now. There's no doubt about that. But the home fans are behind them. They've just got to focus on winning this game and then take it from there.
Point well made, Greg. That's why it's so important for them to get off to a quick start in this game. Get these fans lathered up and into it. Prevent any kind of doom and gloom atmosphere setting in here.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for San Antonio. Ibaka is out there with Embiid. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Williams. And it's Pippen in at the small forward. The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Beal, that's for 2. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. On offense, here are the Spurs. Excited about the win on Thursday.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
Here's Williams. Following the basket by Kevin Love. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Williams has got his first bucket of the night.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Dishes it to James. Puts up the baby hook. Can't get it to go. And the Spurs going the other way now. Doris has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, I had the chance to talk with the head coach for Houston. I asked him if this team still believed that they could come back in this series, and he told me absolutely. The guys know we're in a hole, but we've had our backs against the wall before. Pressure is on them now to close us out. We can just go, play our game, and try to get back in this series. We'll watch and see that happen, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Williams. Following the score by Houston. Another one falls for San Antonio.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Millionaire. He's guarded by Williams. The drive by James. It's Beal on the wing. Rebound by Williams.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Anderson outside. Right side, Williams. Fader on the way. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Rockets trailed by 4. And here is Beal. It's a pick by Love. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Here's Towns. Nails the 16-footer.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day. Back to game 4 as we get ready to start things up again. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing? And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
On the floor for San Antonio, Taj Gibson is out there with Pippen. Then it's Smith. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Teague in at the 2 spot. Rockets trail. There's the screen. On the wing, Irving. Teague covering. Irving dishes to Scott. The kick out to Irving. Irving a screen on Smith. Back to Rondo. A second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. Kevin Love's checked in for Houston. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Irving. That one drops. He ties it up. Here's Smith. Pass to Gibson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Rondo against Smith. Outside Rondo. Love outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Rondo with a nice dish.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gibson. Pippen comes in for Ross. Anderson, he's checked in for T. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Smith. Now here's Jefferson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Scott. Some nice passing there by Houston. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Scott against Anderson. That's good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
It's a pick by Love. Kicks it to Caldwell Pope. From outside, off the mark.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And so it's Houston with it. Trailing by 2. Deflects the pass. And that one's good. Wow.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pippen, no up.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Pulls it from the elbow. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket in this one. Beverly, the pass to Jefferson. Deep 2 from Anderson. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's a clip.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Looking at Houston.
Back here at the Western Conference Final as we get things started once more. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
They've got LeBron James. Kevin Love out there with Towns. And there's Bradley Beal. That's the 5 for Houston right now. James kicks to Beal. Those 3-pointers off the mark. San Antonio leading.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for the Rockets. San Antonio also making a switch. Taj Gibson's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And it's the Rockets with the ball. It's a 3-point game.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on it.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Anderson. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Williams dishes to Embiid. Fade away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now a 5-point San Antonio lead. LeBron outside. There's Beal with the 3. Rebound San Antonio.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
Pippen, the pass to Embiid. Feeds it to Williams. 3-pointer. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control, and I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Love. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Beal. Rondo lays it up and banks it in.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Williams with a clean look, and that comes off the assist by Jeff T.
You know, usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm, and they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting. And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it. Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. Outside Rondo. Here's LeBron. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Here's Williams. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Spurs leading by 6. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Anderson is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Smith, and it's Williams at the 2. Rockets shooting well. They're at 45%. Now here's Beal. Chameleonaire. And the shot falls short this time. Outside Williams. Now the pass to Smith. Lets the three fly. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Smith. 19 points for Williams.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
It's a pick by Love. It's Beal on the wing. Here's Towns. And good on the basket. Book it.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Might as well make those adjustments right away.
And now Doris Burke has it.
Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He wasn't shy about putting a little extra pressure on his team. He said, guys, we've got a big-time opportunity here. When you've got a chance to close a team out, you can't let it go to waste. We'll see if they can seize the moment, Kevin.
Now, here is Irving. LeBron kicks to Towns. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Williams against Irving. From 17 feet out, it's rebounded by Houston. Love's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Irving with the ball. Williams picks him up. Beal gets a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they started to cast up a lot more triples.
San Antonio again missing. Drill by 6. Now the feed to Love. No good with the tip. The Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Got a piece of it.
Definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
James dishes to Love. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Towns with the steal. ball. Williams picks him up. And some nice passing there by Houston. Irving can't hit.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know, though, Clark. The defender was on him like glue on that possession. That would have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 5. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the Rockets making a change here. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James wide open. Good! And he is brought them to within 2 points.
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
Poke loose.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
Williams up on top. With the fadeaway.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
They simply need a basket here, Kevin. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket and try to get something in the paint.
On the wing, James. And the series has been won.
You know, they had to battle through the very tough Western Conference, but they were able to survive the test and earn a trip to the finals.
From day one, this was their goal. Make it to the finals. But really, this is just the beginning for them.
Exactly. And, you know, they'll take a moment to kind of bask in victory here, but it won't be a long one. They know they've got a very tough opponent coming for them out of the East, and they're going to get straight to business in terms of prep for the finals.
Still, they get to celebrate tonight, and they've earned it as champions of the West. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
2 teams, only 1 ring. Welcome to the finals on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith here to tip off the final chapter in this year's. And this series is in Atlanta tonight, as the Hawks will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they've hit their stride at the best possible time, dominating their competition in these playoffs. Only 3 losses to this point. These guys seem poised to win it all. And here we go, the NBA Finals. 2 contenders, only 1 will hoist the championship trophy. Kenny, you've been in this position before. What are your nerves like at this point?
You know what? You're a little exhausted, Ernie, from everything that led up to this, but you're also rejuvenated because you know you just got 1 matchup left.
And this is everything you work for the whole season. You're here on a mission, and the mission's not complete until you get it done.
And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
stage, the NBA Finals. It begins here, and 2K Sports is happy to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. We've got the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Atlanta Hawks. You look at Atlanta, the top seed, possessing home court advantage, and they're looking to come out and make a statement here in this first game.
And it does not get any bigger than this. The NBA Finals, the world's attention fixed on this court tonight, but surrounded by the embrace of their home crowd. They'll look to start this series with a win.
That's certainly the idea, Greg. I mean, use the home court advantage to your benefit right from the start. I mean, if they get the win here in game one, the buzz in this city and among these fans will just continue to increase. In game two, that advantage becomes even bigger.
And the starting group for the Spurs, they've got Pippen, Joel Embiid out there with Ibaka. Then it's Williams. And it's Anderson in a shooting guard. And that one's good by Pippen.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
O'Neal is screen on Pippen. It's Pierce with the drive. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside. Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Ibaka sets the pick for Williams. Here's Embiid. Atlanta with the rebound. 1:43 left in the first quarter. I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to speak briefly with Coach Nate McMillan. The pregame speech wasn't much, as he told me his team is pumped enough to get the NBA Finals underway as it is. He said the only thing he told them was that this is what they've fought for all year, and if they want it, go out and take it. Guys?
And thank you for that, Doris. The shot by Pierce will not go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one's good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Here's Hood. Outside, Russell. Wide open look. The shot is off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Anderson outside with the fadeaway. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hood. Good on the triple. Hood's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Back to Williams. Dish now to Embiid, and Anderson has it in the corner. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Shot missing. And welcome back to our presentation of the NBA Finals as we get going again. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
And just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Taking full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped them here.
Rivers out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Pierce, and it's Robinson. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg, and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
Here's Pierce, following the bucket by the Spurs. He gets it to go. Pierce has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
And Ross with the slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now here's Rivers. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
That was an outstanding outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Rivers against T. And the foul on Paul Pierce. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Lou Williams is checked in for Paul Pierce. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And Gibson kicks to T. Back to Gibson. 6 to shoot. Takes a big high toss and goes in. Gibson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
A different look now for San Antonio. Pippen comes in for Ross. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Smith. Here's Kilpatrick. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
The Hawks leading. Kilpatrick passes to Williams. Here's Kilpatrick, guarded by Pippen. Pass to Williams. The high post shot. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Spurs trail by 4. And Beverly kicks to Pippen. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Williams attacking. No good from 11 feet.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Teague against Russell. Here's the teardrop. Banked in off the glass.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboard right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hawks on top. They lead by 6. And a chance.
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Looking at the Hawks. That's going to do it for now as the second half.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. You look at Scottie Pippen. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shots.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Pippen is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Williams. Then there's Anderson. And it's Embiid, and it's 7. Shaq with the screen. Pierce wide open. He fires. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Williams dishes to Pippen. Inside. Embiid. D2 from Anderson. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delight is what I call it.
Yeah, he's on the money. On the top of the key, no luck. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Williams passes to Pippen. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Hawks. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Smith is checked in.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the second free throw, good. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Kicks to Embiid for the lead. Rebound, Atlanta.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. He was all on top of that one.
No problem knocking that one down. Russell's got himself going on the dribble. His first basket of the game. It's Williams with the... Beautiful jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. The Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first. Robinson's checked in for Atlanta. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Smith kicks to Williams from about 19 feet. You know what? Nice D from Russell. The Hawks leading by 4. To the middle. Here's Robinson, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Russell dishes to McCollum. Fades back. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And the Hawks lead by 6. Outside Williams. He dishes it to Ibaka. Stolen by Robinson. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Hawks lead by 6. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. Spurs trail by 6. You've got Russell. Robinson is out there with Hood, and it's Pierce. So that's the Hawks 5. It's blocked, but they'll get another chance. Embiid with a screen on Russell. Nobody near Williams. Can't hit. And Atlanta will come the other way. Here's the pass to Robinson. Pierce inside the three-point line. And Robinson throws it down home.
Great effort on the boards, and what a move. That was, Gary. You just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Spurs trail by 6. There's Williams with the 3. Shot no good. Here's Hood, guarded by Pippen. They set the pick. Here's Hood. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from 19. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Hood's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks. It's Williams with the drive. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're up by 6. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Nate McMillan address his team. He's happy with how they've been playing, saying, hey, they had their chance, but this is our time. We're going to win this game and take the series lead for good. He got them pretty fired up as they left the huddle, Kevin.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're up by 4. 1:12 left in the 4th quarter. Jack is checked in for Robinson. San Antonio also making some changes. Gibson comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Williams in for Anderson. 1:12 left in the game. Outside Russell. slam.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first. That's what we're seeing here.
Oh, Greg, as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
For three, Williams. That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. And now, running up the court, Pierce pushing it up. Great D that time from T.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Connects. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
I can't say I was really expecting him to shoot the 3 on the break, but he knocked it down.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. The kick out to Pierce. Shaq with the screen. Back to Russell. Second shot opportunity. It's good.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Williams, no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
And now,
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message. Not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the NBA Finals. I'm Ernie Johnson, proud to be with our friends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. And this series is in Atlanta tonight, as the Hawks will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, an ugly showing for them to start the series, as they were beaten handily. Still, it's just one game, and they look to return to form here in Game 2. And coming into Game 2 after dropping Game 1 of the finals, do you think that they can come back in this series, Shaq, even if they don't even it up with a win tonight?
You know, I think if they lose this game, they can still win the series. However, the odds of them winning the series with a loss tonight, it drops dramatically.
Well, this is a game, Ernie, where they need to send a message. That's it. You know, it's not a must-win, but they definitely need to get the momentum and change that. So you don't have to definitely win, but you have to send that message.
That will do it for us. Kevin Harlan standing by with the call. We will see you later on.
There is a buzz in the air here at the Phillips Arena. The NBA playoffs continue. Just 2 teams remain. They are battling their way toward this title. Game 2 of the finals. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Take a look at the Hawks. They hold a 1-game lead in the series, looking to take 2 straight before going on the road.
And you've heard the adage, a playoff series doesn't start until someone wins on the road. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, as the top seed, all they have to do is take care of business on their home court. They did that in their last game. We'll see if that's the case again here tonight.
Yeah, and you talk about pressure. Winning this game would have them going on the road with very little pressure on them. Games 3 and 4 won't be nearly as nerve-wracking if they get it done here today.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Pippen. Embiid is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Williams.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. To play from the front and to be battling from behind.
Now, here is Russell. After the miss from Serge Ibaka. Screen by O'Neal. Pierce wide open. He fires. Fades away. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Pippen dishes to Embiid. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Russell against Pippen. Russell kicks to Pierce. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. McCollum, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Williams passes to Ibaka. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Russell. And he gets it to go. Russell's got his first points of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Embiid kicks to Williams. Another shot. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Here's the screen and the basket by Pierce.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And that one's good. Anderson's got his first basket.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. Typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Russell kicks to Shaq. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They're looking to bounce back after the bitter loss on Saturday.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
Russell kicks to Shaq. Puts up the baby hook. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his first free throw of the game. That's O'Neal. Both teams will make substitutions. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. A good close contest so far as we finish the first. It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Austin Rivers is out there with Hood. Then it's Robinson. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. T kicks to Gibson. Rebound Atlanta. Here's Rivers. Outside Robinson. Dishes to Rivers. Looks for O'Neal. Gets it to him. Missed inside.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Count that one.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Now here's Rivers. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. These players can flat out shoot the rock. The 2K leaderboard shows us the top 3-point shooters in the playoffs. Paul Pierce, number 1. The Hawks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one goes. So both teams making some changes here. Both shots good from the stripe. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Beverly dishes to Williams. It's deflected. Now here's McCollum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Passes it to Williams. They grab their own miss. That's good.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stage. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Nice job there to shake free of the defense and then drain the J.
Rivers against Beverly. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got the lead.
Advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air. Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Williams. Great look there, but off target. Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Right wing. There's a screen by Robinson from downtown, and there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Rivers. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game. On the wing, Williams. He's guarded by McCollum. Gibson passes to Embiid, and he gets the bucket. Embiid's got 6 points.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they need.
Williams. You know what? And
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Looking at the Hawks.
And welcome back to our presentation of the NBA Finals as we get going again. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot. Even the tough.
On the court right now for the Spurs. We've got Ibaka. Williams is out there with Anderson. Then there's Pippen. And it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. Russell, no good.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Embiid kicks to Anderson. Off target from outside.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Three-pointer. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Anderson's got 5 now.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammates after that one.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Good checked in for C.J. McCollum. Then for the Spurs. Al Jefferson is checked in for Joel Embiid. Smith comes in for Pippen. And it's Teagan for Williams. Here's Russell. Finish off the break. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Now, here is Russell. Passes it to O'Neal. And Jefferson sends it back. An even 3-on-3 break. Russell against Teague. And here's Anderson for three. The rebound by Pierce. The Hawks leading by 6. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And the Hawks making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Here's Hood. There's a screen by Robinson. He dishes it to Pierce. 4 on the shot clock. Robinson sets a screen for Pierce. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live it.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
The Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Russell against Teague. Robinson left side. Now the pass to Hood. Here's Russell. Misses. Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Spurs trail by 4. Russell, and it's Robinson in at the center position.
Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
And San Antonio shooting reasonably well, 45%. And Anderson gets it to go.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Pass to Kilpatrick. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Williams dishes to Embiid to take the lead. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Spurs lead by 1.
Yeah, crucial basket there. And as long as they've got that mismatch, big on small, they've got to take advantage.
Well, I don't doubt that they clearly recognize that. And because they do, they're going to continue to milk it.
Here's Pippen. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shot.
Yeah, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Nate McMillan address his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough of it to get over the top.
Thank you, Doris. Paul Pierce is checked in for Atlanta. Here's Pierce. Here's Robinson. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You see the screen that was set for him. I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Robinson with the block. Pippen, the pass to Anderson. And Ibaka kicks to Williams. Missed it, even after all those chances. Russell against Pippen. Feeds it to Robinson. Rebound by Williams. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Pippen. Connects.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Now Russell. To the inside. Here's Lickety. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to put them within 1.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Shoots from the baseline. It falls. Atlanta calls timeout. They're losing by 3. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. O'Neal's check in for Robinson. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pierce kicks to McCullough. Back to Pierce. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Shaq.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. So they foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws. And he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead. And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at 1 game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
That concludes Game 2 of the NBA Finals. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
This was a complete...
And that'll do it for tonight's NBA Finals coverage. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you for more high-stakes NBA Finals action coming up soon.